CM Punk has been proven right by the damning footage shown on AEW television this past week, and to be perfectly honest, Punk has been in the right ever since AEW's All In Brawl. But how you going, guys? It is Ketch, back with another video on the channel. If you have enjoyed the previous content, please do like, share and subscribe so you never miss another upload, and let's get straight into the video. So for context, CM Punk had been away from wrestling for 8 years prior to his return at AEW in 2022. Now this incident actually took place at AEW All In at Wembley in 2023, and the issue was that Punk had an issue with Jack Perry backstage. Now, for what I'm understanding, Jack Perry was trying to get a vacation sorted, so he wanted to write himself off of TV, and unfortunately the way he wanted to write himself off of TV was to use real glass in his match at All In, and CM Punk and a lot of the producers backstage disagreed with using real glass because it was, a legitimate risk of, using their own real glass, but also it probably wasn't the best thing to do. Punk also had a bit of booking power backstage as well, so he thought it'd be the wrong idea to use real glass, but rather something, like a sort of fake but sort of a bit more protective glass for Jack Perry. But during the match, Jack Perry looked into the camera and said that it was real glass Crimea River, a reference to Punk's disapproval and subsequent condemnation by a section of fans when the original glass story was leaked. When Perry went backstage after his match, and just before CM Punk was about to go out for his against, I think it was Samoa Joe, a confrontation occurred which led to Punk shoving Perry, leading into Punk putting him into a guillotine choke. Apparently he also stepped forward toward AEW President Tony Khan, but was held back by Chris Hero and a producer who helped break up the fight along with Samoa Joe and a referee. Now, at the time, no one sort of knew about the sort of footage that was going to be broken regarding this incident, but at the end of AEW's 2023 All In, there was an internal investigation and it led to Jack Perry being suspended indefinitely, and CM Punk was actually fired from AEW as a result, with I think Tony Khan, I believe he was saying that he feared for his life as a result of this altercation. As a result of his termination by AEW, Punk was sort of left in the wilderness a bit. That is until his shock return at the 2023 Survivor Series, which was in Chicago, returning to WWE after a 10-year absence from the company, and the WWE faithful loved having him back. The surprise was so shocking, the building went bananas, it went berserk, and only I believe a handful of people and talent were actually told that CM Punk was returning, including a returning Randy Orton, who also returned on that Survivor Series as well. But ever since Punk has returned back to WWE television, he's sort of been making it his goal to be involved in everything. Like over WrestleMania 40 weekend, he was involved in a lot of the press and the media leading up to it. He was on commentary for Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins' match. He was also involved in a lot of the Rollins and McIntyre feud after getting injured at the Royal Rumble in 2023. In early January 2024, I should say. And so he's really been trying to get himself involved in a lot of what's happening with WWE at the moment. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm saying CM Punk has been proven right. Well, Punk was on a podcast, I believe it was, with Ariel Helwani in the lead up to WrestleMania 40, and he pretty much referenced the AEW All In incident and pretty much said, I choked out Jack Perry a little bit, but he deserved it, sort of thing in that regard. I didn't do anything wrong. CM Punk told the truth, effectively, is what he was saying. Then AEW sort of caught wind of this, and they were like, okay, we're going to release the footage from AEW All In to actually show you guys what actually indeed happened. Now here's where the funny part, makes this whole scenario really, really funny. I've actually seen this footage, and a lot of people on the internet have seen this footage. You can tell there's a bit of a tense discussion backstage between Punk and Jack Perry, and then it sort of just escalates a little bit. Punk shoves Perry, puts him in a choke, and then it's broken up very quickly by a lot of the producers, Samoa Joe and other officials backstage at AEW. Not as much as a massive incident as Tony Khan and AEW made it out to be, and it kind of makes AEW look a bit stupid. Like, why would you release this footage? You make good TV on a weekly basis, probably not as good as WWE television, but still good nonetheless. What was the point of having this unnecessary footage to be aired? It just makes your brand look worse, and it's very very similar situation to WCW in the early 2000s when they were just trying to do anything to get some ratings and to spite WWE. And I think there's a lot of not sentiment's probably the wrong word, a lack of respect towards CM Punk and his return to WWE from the AEW side. And I feel like they feel it's a bit unfair that Punk's now gone there and he's having such a great run again. But I think for Punk, coming back to WWE was always going to be the case for him. I just think there had to be the right things to be involved, had to be the right things in line. The fact that Vince McMahon's no longer in power and that Triple H is in power is definitely a good thing for CM Punk, because he had a lot of issues with Vince McMahon over the years when he was in WWE originally. He's definitely, by the looks of things, repaired his bridges and repaired his relationship with Triple H, as well as a handful of other superstars and talent backstage. And he was in the ring when Cody Rhodes was celebrating winning the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship at WrestleMania 40. So I think Punk is definitely enjoying his return to WWE, and I think he has been proven right by both his comments and what the actual footage from AEW was released. And I just think it's a bit silly on AEW's half, and it really does show why CM Punk was proven right to leave that toxic wasteland in the first place. But that has been the end of this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. What do you think of CM Punk's comments, and what do you think of the AEW footage that has been released? Do you think it was the right move from AEW to release that sort of stuff? Do you think their EVPs, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, were right in releasing this along with Tony Khan? Well, let me know in the comments and we'll see where it goes from here. But that, as I said, that has been the end of this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you with another video very soon, and I'll catch you later.